Hey guys, Justin here, coming at you with another unboxing video. This time is from Maxsisun. They sent over one of their brand new models that they just came out with to take a look at. So we're going to take a look at this. We also have later on in another video the larger version of this, so stay tuned for that in a few weeks as well. But let's bust this one open first. Of course, we've got the new par meter and spectrometer. We've got the new digital imaging camera. We've got the watt meter, the meter, and of course, baby katana. So this is going to be really fun to use all this new stuff. This is the first video that I've really busted out all these all at once. So yeah, let's have some fun. Let's get the meters out of the way very carefully. And let's see. I think this one's going to be a box in a box, I believe. Yep, there we go. All right, so wow, they actually have a fancy box now for the Maxsisun. Check that out. Nice. There we go. Yeah, fancy packaging. Damn. Got the owner's manual. Shows their two new models and a new remote that runs them. That's a really cool feature that I'm seeing on a lot of these new lights is remote control. Looks like it's got quite a few buttons. Instant brightness to 40, 30, 20, or 10. Some basic par maps that we'll double check. Here's the specs and stuff if you want to pause and read. And then there's the next one we'll be reviewing, the 2000. Usage suggestions, and then we got a 3-year warranty, which is always nice. Let's see here. Within the first 180 days, they bear all costs, replacement return. After 180 days, the customer will assume responsibility for shipping back to them. So really, it is a 3-year warranty for parts, but you will have to pay for shipping it back to them after that. And then if the return fee, it looks like they give you a $50 credit. This is an interesting warranty. I'm glad I read this. It looks like they give you a $50 credit for the return shipping, and if it's over $50, you'll have to pay the return shipping as well. But $50 credit is quite a bit, especially for a light of this size. There's no way this is going to be $50 to ship this light, so that $50 credit would be just fine. But after 180 days, just keep in mind that you'll have to pay shipping to go to the manufacturer. So a little bit different, still better than the Mars warranty. And wow, yeah, this is packed so nicely. They really took a lot of care in packing this. And we got rope ratchets with metal gears. Yeah, sure enough, Metal Gear rope ratchets. Nice, they sent the good stuff. Got a power cord, hanging kit with carabiners. Nice. And this, I'm guessing, is the remote. Let's see if we get this open. Oh wow, it even has their name on it. It's not even just generic. Looks like a TV remote though. It's like, oh, what are you doing? Watching TV? Nope. Playing with my grow lights. That's pretty cool. I do like the instant dimming feature. That's pretty cool. And it looks like you can do daisy chain grouping, sort of. Instant brightness controls there. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of presets on here. Comes with batteries. We'll put those in later. Now let's get to the light here. Alright, so that piece, that piece. This is packed really well. You can be assured that your light will show up in great shape because the packing on this is top notch. Let's take a look at what they did. Look at this thing. So you'll recognize it from this view because it looks a lot like the Mars the TS series with the reflector. But then you look at it on this side and it looks a lot like the Vipar Spectra heatsink on the XS series and the P series. So they kind of like took the best of both worlds. There's the fatty daisy chain. They don't use just a phone cord for their daisy chain. They actually daisy chain power cords, which is nice. Meanwhile, driver. There's the driver that comes with it. Really, really nice. You got your RF box, I'm guessing that is, for receiving the radio signals. But this is a slick looking light, man. I think it's going to do really well. It's got the reflection. It's got the fatty heatsink. Hell yeah. Now the diodes are Samsung, but they are not LM301B or H. They are the LM281 plus B, which are not as efficient as the LM301s, but this is still going to blast. And these, what the kind of the strategy is with these 281s that they do, they put a lot more of them on the board than what they need to, and then they run them really, really low. And so it does help with the longevity. It may last longer, but the output is going to be not quite as efficient lumens per watt rated. And that's by Samsung even too. It's about 25% less lumens per watt on this diode. But I guarantee you this light is still going to be helpful and useful regardless. But it's not going to be one that the people that are looking for the top efficiency will go for, because it's around 2.1 micromoles per joule. So I mean, it's definitely not up there in the 2.7, 2.8, 3.0, but it's still better than anything that was blurple from years ago. So that's the cool thing about all these lesser and expensive LEDs. They're still better than anything that we've been using for years. Still better. So let's hook this sucker up, see what she does. It's solid made. Like this driver is on here. It's not rattling, there's no shaking. It's a solid, well-made light. So I think this thing's gonna blast, and I think it's gonna last a long time. But let's get it hooked up and check it out. Alright guys, we are back, and we have this all hooked up. It was really easy to hook up. The remote was already paired to it. I didn't have to do any pairing, so that's pretty cool. I have it set to the lowest setting, which is 10%. Right there. Down as far as it'll go. Pushing almost 11 watts, it looks like, at that. So let's take the new meter. We'll run a check here. The new distance, also, because the meter is 5.5 inches tall. So the new measuring distance, instead of 16 inches, is 21.5 inches. So that's where we're at now. 21.5 inches. And it looks like 44 par. And then you can actually see the spectral makeup of everything. This meter is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So there's that. Let's go ahead and try I guess you can go 20%. I think it went to sleep on me. Alright, I got it now. It seems like if you let it sit for too long, you kind of have to like wake it up. It takes a second for it to wake up, so just keep that in mind. It kind of tripped me out. I thought it wasn't working for a second. But yeah, everything seems to be working good now. Cool. Off. On. 10%. Alright. So 10%, we got that. Let's go to 20%. That kicks us up to 20 watts. Where are we at on the meter here? Oh, it took so long my meter shut off. $99. Let's try 50%. There's a spot for 50. Let's skip the little ones. Alright, so 50 watts, 51 watts. Let's see what we're pushing. $254. So that's enough to start vegging with. That's about the base for veg, I would say. About 250 to 350. And it seems to be a pretty good veg light because it's got quite a bit of blue. Definitely more on the full spectrum end of things. Let's see, what else we got? Let's go 70%. That takes us to 70 watts. And now we're right there at veg. Yeah, that's actually perfect. So 16 inches off the canopy. And 349 par. Not bad at all. And then there's your makeup. Even though it shows like a blue spike, you can see that there's more red than blue by the actual makeup. 125 par is just red. 71 is blue. Far red is 9. And then very minimal IR and UV. Love this meter. Thing's amazing. Alright, so let's just go all out 100%. Let's see where we're at. Pushing 97.3 watts. 97.3. Give it a test. 464. So a little high for veg, but a little lower than I'd like to see for flower. I really want to see 550, 600 plus for flower. So I really wouldn't use this for flower at that height. If you want to flower with it, I would definitely drop it down. And we may just do that here in a second. But yeah, it's basically a 2x2 light. It's only a 100 watt light. You're going to be able to veg a 2x2 really, really well. Or flower a 2x2 pretty well. Not amazing, not off the chain, but it's also only 100 watts. Only 100 watts. So let's lower this down a couple of inches here. I'm going to take it down to probably 12 inches. And we'll try it there and see what kind of numbers we can get. Alright, so we're still at 100% brightness. And we are now at 17 inches off the bottom of the tent, which is 12 inches off the canopy with the meter height. So let's take a look. $676. There you go. Flower territory. There's your flower. Even has 18 par of far red. Nice. And one par of infrared. So there must be an infrared diode in there somewhere. Let's take it out to the edge here. edge of the light. 498. Hey, you could still flower. You could still flower. So yeah, if you were in a 2x2, you could definitely flower with this. See, that's 323 with no side reflection. You add side reflection to that, you're gonna up that by 50-60 par at least. So, like I was saying, you're gonna be able to do like a really, really good veg 2x2. It may even do like a poor man's 3x3 veg for 100 watts. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Or you could do a 2x2 flower grow at 12 inches off the canopy, and you'd be able to get really good growth in the 1 foot square in the middle, and then the outside would be a little bit. It wouldn't be bad. It would still be smokable. It wouldn't just be popcorn, but it's not going to be fatty, dense colas like what you would see in the middle. But it would work, and for only 100 watts? Wow, less than 100 watts. It's 96 watts right now it's pushing. That's killer. Let's check the side here, right in the middle. Yeah, 303. So that's at the 2 foot edge over here, with no real reflection, because this thing doesn't even go up to the top of the meter. If we turn it in a little bit, let's see, to kind of simulate reflection. See, 439. 439. Plus the plants will turn their leaves inward as well. 353. So, yeah, at 12 inches, you're going to be able to do a 2x2 and get a very good amount of bud in this area, and then the outside is just going to be a little bit smaller nug. But for 100 watts, hell yeah, that is not bad. That is not bad at all. Oh yeah, I forgot. I wanted to get a quick veg reading for you guys too at the 12 inches off the canopy. So at 50% is where we're at, and that is going to be where I figured out where veg is. 383. That's perfect. So 383 in the middle, and it'll fan out from there. So yeah, 12 inches off the canopy, run it at 50%. Works like a charm. Let's take a look at the under canopy here. And there's our UV diode. I was saying there's probably one in there. There might be another one at the other end. You can see there's some red. And then you got cool white and warm white. Pretty standard. It's a sweet little light, man. The design is nice. The reflector is killer. The extra heat sink on top is killer. It's raised up off the heat sink, the driver is. So you got some airflow underneath there, so you don't heat up your driver too much, and the driver doesn't heat up the board. It's nice. And then this extra beefy daisy chain plug. This thing's well made. Like I'll give that to them for sure. They may not have used the LM301B diodes, but they used a respectable diode that may not be quite as efficient, and then built this thing like a friggin' tank. Like a friggin' tank. So I expect this light to be actually really long lasting, because the diodes are being driven so low, and then the extra heat management, plus a Meanwell driver, and just the overall beefiness of the fixture. I think longevity will be really good on this one. Probably one of the best that I've reviewed, honestly, with all those things considered. But yeah, let's go ahead and let it warm up, and we'll test out the new thermal imaging gun. This is like one of those FLIR meters. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. So stay tuned for that. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. We've let it warm up plenty, and it's time to play with the thermal imaging gun. This thing is cool. Holy crap. I've wanted one of these for a while. Finally got one, and damn is it amazing. So check that out. It shows the lowest temperature in green where I'm aiming is in white, and then the highest temperature in red. So I can see the hot spots, the cool spots, everything. Absolutely amazing. So you can see right off the bat, the driver is the hottest thing on there at 135. Over here, these little side boxes are only at 100 on each side. The rim all the way around, this surprised me. This is like room temperature, slightly above room temperature. It's like 68 in here. So 73. The floor says 60. What's it say here? 78. 72. So yeah, still fairly room temperature on that. But check that out. Isn't that cool as hell? So the driver's definitely hot. And it's radiating a little bit of heat, but not a lot of heat down to the plate. But the heat sink is doing its job. It's absorbing all the heat and dispersing it pretty evenly from the looks of it. It's pretty nice. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let's look at the underside. See if I can get that here. Kind of a hard angle here. So awesome. Glad I got this thing. Super expensive to get a good one, but another invaluable tool. Invaluable tool. So nice. So yeah, this thing is a pretty nice light. It's not gonna pull quite the efficiency as some of the more expensive models, but it's also built amazingly well with really good parts, good quality parts. And it's going to be able to veg a 2x2 for a long time. So if you're looking for a good veg light, I would say this would be a really good option for you in a 2x2 space. If you're looking for a flower in a 2x2 and you don't want to spend a lot of money on power, if you live somewhere where your electricity is expensive, this may be an option for you. It's only 100 watts. Like just an old 100-watt light bulb. Imagine that. Imagine the output of this versus one of those old incandescent 100-watt light bulbs. Absolutely amazing how far we've come. Really is killer. And then you got the remote to do everything. That's oh hey, look at that. It didn't fall asleep. Nice. So maybe I hit a group button last time. I may have hit one of these grouping buttons or something. It tells you in the manual how to run all this stuff, but yeah, off, on, 50%, 90%, 100%, 70, 80. It's got pretty much every setting. Goes 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. Goes all the way down in a weird way. Pretty cool. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, click the link below. And yeah, pretty sweet setup, I think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review, and there will be a lot more stuff coming down the channel, especially with these new meters and everything. So until next time, happy growing.